Hey everyone, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over the basics of design tools. So what I did is I created an empty page in a random module so that I can show you how to access the design tools. So go ahead and create a page or open an existing page, and then once you're in there, click on the edit button. Once the edit button pops up, you can click into the rich text editor and your design tools will pop up on the top right. If it doesn't automatically load like mine, then you can click on the button and it'll load it that way. But if you want it to load automatically each time, you can actually click into this little gear icon and automatically launch tools. So the easiest way to use design tools is to use existing templates that we created. What I did is I actually created templates for you that have basic instructions in them too, but I'm going to show you how to access those templates and import them into this page. So for standard pages, I only have two existing templates. So what I want to do is I want to go up to this menu that says create and edit content, and I want to go to copy existing content. So here you can see that there's an option of course pages that you might want to copy, or institutional pages, or template pages. So this template page thing is not the one that you're looking for. What you want to look for is institutional templates. So here I can go down to the S13 ones, which stands for Studio 13, and what I'm looking for is the introduction template. So once I bring that in, you can see here that it imports the template page that I created for this theme. And so this theme here is Mansac Light 1. You can change it to any of the other ones. So say you want to choose a different theme. You click on choose a theme, click Mansac Light 2, and you'll see that the design changes based on the theme you selected. But everything stays relatively the same. So once you have this template loaded, you can actually just click anywhere and modify this template. So for instance, like say I want to get rid of all this text here, I can just type in replace it. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to go over how you can actually change and modify your blocks. So if you click add and rearrange content blocks, you can actually see that there are all these content blocks already listed. So when you're going through your blocks, if you want to check to make sure that the block that you're trying to edit is the correct one, you can actually hover over here and it'll highlight the block that you're trying to edit. It'll actually bring it into the field of view as well, so you can just hover on them until they pop up. So that's how you do that. But say you want to take activities and move it below the assignments. All you have to do is drag and drop and you are good to go. The templates were designed in a structure that we felt was appropriate. You can feel free to change them and modify them however you want. One thing you can also do is you see these little icons here. You can click on these icons and pick an icon here. You could either search or look for anything else, and it'll change the icon to whatever you select. Say you want to add another block to this page. For instance, like here's a generic block. This is a block that does not have a specific ID. That means it doesn't have any specific styles attached to it, like these kinds of blocks that have specialized list styles. So if you want to add a block, all you have to do is click on the add blocks, click on the create new content block button, and type in the name of your new block. And once you do that, click on the little green plus sign and you'll see that a content block pops up at the very end. So one of the things we did with the templates is we always have a footer in the design. What you want to do is you actually want to move any blocks above the footer element, otherwise it's going to look a little awkward. If you want to actually remove any of the blocks that exist here that you no longer need, all you have to do is go over to this menu item, click on the little red X, and that block disappears. Just be aware that if you do that, the content is going to get deleted, but you can retrieve it by hitting Control Z before you hit save. Another thing you can do is you can actually change your banner image. So if you have images in your course, you will see them pop up at the very bottom here. So for instance, like I only have one images in this course, so it shows up in my course images here. But say you have a bunch of different header graphics you want to use for each week. You can label them week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, upload them to your course files, and then they'll show up here. For now, you have two different options for the Mansac theme, but you can always pick any of these other options that exist here as well. One other big thing that you want to do is you want to be aware of your alt text. If your alt text is incorrect, or if you don't feel it needs alt text, you can actually So one other thing you want to be aware of is your alt text. Make sure you have alt text for your banner image unless you feel it's unnecessary. And if you feel it's unnecessary, just click on this decorative image block and it won't actually get picked up by the screen reader. So say you want to edit this header up here. You can actually just edit it by going in there and clicking into the text, but one of the things that you might risk is you might end up actually deleting a certain part of the element, and say I hit enter here and I want that 13 back, it's not going to work properly. So one way you can edit this without the risk of breaking it is by going into customize banner text, type in the week, so you can see that it's changing on the left side, and then you can change the content title here and then the subtitle here. So you can actually edit this whole top section without having to go into these blocks and possibly breaking them. So I would recommend doing it that way. It's just a safer bet. Okay, so next what I want to do is I want to convert an existing page into a theme page. So all I have to do is go into the existing page, go and hit edit so I can get the design tools to pop up. So once they pop up, I go into create and edit content, choose a theme. So right now there are a few bugs with regards to the rich text editor and the new themes. So if you're going to convert a page, I would recommend just starting off with one of the existing themes. And what you do is after you have that title block in there, you can go into choose an image, pick your header image, and then just rearrange it the same way you would with the other themes. But all you have to do to add all your old content to this wrapper is click on add blocks and then click on selection to block, and then you'll see that this falls in the wrapper and it becomes styled the way a typical block would within that theme. So if I go and add each one of these to the wrapper, then I was able to convert the page fairly easily. And so once you have that completed, if you want to go back to one of our themes, all you do is go back to like Mount Acolyte 1, and then you'll see all these blocks in there correctly. So I want to show you one other thing, and it's important that you go through the advanced video that I produced as well, because it's going to show you how to do this. But say I go back and undo all of that, and say this is big and bold and it's 36 points. Now I have this inline style in here that's going to override everything. So if I go in there and I click choose a theme, and I click on Apple II, and then I convert this to a block, you're going to see that it retains some of the old styling, which is a problem. So if you are going to go and convert content that has existing inline styles and you want to get rid of them, in the customize style section, you're going to actually be able to do that by going to additional actions, and let's change that back to another 36 point header. If I go down there and I highlight the block that I want to convert and click clear on my styles, it gets rid of all the inline styles there, so it changes it back to the default and I can convert my blocks without an issue. So that's it for the basic features. Make sure you watch the advanced features. It's going to show you how to do some of these advanced actions. And it's also going to show you how to work with tabs and accordions and other elements that might be valuable to you in your course development.